Hello.
Are you not gonna do the intro? Or?
We have an intro?
Yeah, I'm Fork That Spoon. This is Refined Cutlery. Welcome to the podcast.
I didn't know that was a thing. I thought we just kind of like was really quiet, made random noises, secretly farted, and then just started talking. I didn't know we had a whole
Or
like,
secretly farted.
I didn't know we had a whole intro. But if that's the case, hey guys, I'm Fork That Spoon.
Good luck.
Cut.
The fuck's
God.
going on, man?
Yeah, I think I'm
Step it
retarded.
up. Weak link here.
Alright, action. I'm Spoon, that's Fork, and welcome back to Refined Cutlery. So, basically, Fork was riddled with the coronavirus, which is why we have been gone for 48 hours. Tell them all about it.
Thanks for disclosing actual medical information. Very cool of you.
What are friends for?
So yeah, for a while I had the Rona, and then I got better. So yeah, God basically gave me a boost for this season. Pretty cool. He did it last season because he thought I should have been nerfed, but then he's just like, you know what? He's just gonna be that one character in the game which is just like broken, and they never do anything about it because everybody likes him too much.
Luckily, I haven't caught the Rona, despite my siblings' best efforts to have terrible fucking hygiene on purpose.
Oh yeah, didn't she get you a face mask from China?
Monsters like this one.
Yeah.
My boy just told you to have killed yourself.
Do not touch them.
Because they don't wear, they'll like have their mask on for like fashion. Like they'll have the really shitty ones that like you get from your job, but like aren't actual masks. They just kind of, it's like an Ao and Teo mask. It doesn't actually help. That, or they'll just wear like it hanging off their ear. So yeah, luckily they haven't been like, sick, and vice versa gotten me sick, because I'd probably die. But you can't say
you're an asthmatic, you're Jewish, you have a poor immune system, you're black.
I mean, that alone is a death sentence. But
I never stacked in your favor for this year, my dude.
All that matters is that the quarantine's almost over. Once it gets like really fucking hot for like a solid week, I feel like it's just gonna die. I feel like it's just gonna go away and be a figment of our memories.
Or it just evolves and it gets like 3 times as worse because now it can handle extreme heat. I mean, it's 2020. You can never hope for good things, or it's just gonna get blown right back at your face.
I can't wait for that comet to hit Earth. Am I right?
Yeah, it's gonna be epic.
I hope it hits China so they get what they deserve.
Hope it hits Africa.
I thought you were gonna say, I hope it hits your house, asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good place. Yeah, actually.
But God, if you could like make it so it's only his house. I don't care how big it is. If you make it like a giant corkscrew and it only hits his house, nothing else, not even the sidewalk.
And the meteorite specifically just like gets embedded into the back of his skull. That'd be an epic gamer move on your part.
Even if he's in the basement, just I know you can. I know you can eyeball it. For God, you can do anything, right?
I mean, if you still want me to believe in you, I suggest you get working.
I need to see those miracles. I mean, I wasn't alive when Jesus was there. It's the only way.
I mean, yeah, you really don't have any proof anymore. Because for all we know, he just got a bunch of people high, and then they said like, yeah, he did that. For all we know, he could have been walking on the shallow end of the kiddie pool, and no one would be none the wiser.
The shallow end of the kiddie pool. The Jewish pool, like some places have like fountains, but like they're
Yeah.
like really big pool. It's just that, but it was huge, and everybody was like drunk off like he like slipped them something like in their wine. Jesus, this wine is pretty. This is amazing. God, I know. Turns out Jesus was fucking big old creep.
Well, I always wore sandals. And that's why you're hanging out with a literal whore.
I don't understand people have such an issue with that.
It's not to have an issue. It's just really funny.
I mean, everybody changes. No one in his entourage were good from the start. They were all like people that were like morally gray, and then they're like, "Oh, yeah, I guess I could be a good guy, hero of the story."
How funny would it have been if like everybody in his entourage was just straight up psychopaths? Just like one of them was just like, "I burn and
You
eat
have to wait
babies."
for the platforms to come to you.
Jesus, do you want us to kill and to eat that blind man? No. I mean, if you'd ask, we wouldn't have any objections. Just putting it out there. It's like Judith.
Jesus. He would be the kind of guy to
To like rub his hands and crouch in the corner like as he speaks to people.
This first
So,
speed
what's
yeah,
up?
he'd be the
and
kind of
that's so
creep
speed.
that
The
would
next sets become
like it's like the middle of the
regressively
night and you like wake up for a glass of water and like when you open up the door he's just like right there. And it's not like your room is like close to the bathroom. He's just like right there. And then when he finally gets caught, he's just like, "I hope you slept well," and just like without another word, he just like leaves and
You
doesn't
have to
talk with
wait
you
for
for
the
a while.
platforms to come
Oh,
to
like
you.
that
This
one
first
joke you
set
did
of platforms
on the
made
bus.
out
We
so
were like,
speed.
you know, the
The
one
next
thing that'll
sets
make anyone
become
uncomfortable the
regressively
moment you say it.
faster.
Your eyes
feel
feel
different when you're awake.
your eyes feel different when you're awake.
You have to really do it like this. You have to very slowly get really close up to them. Your eyes feel different when you're awake.
Pay attention. These yellow blocks
What did you
will
fucking
spin 90
cum?
degrees clockwise
You
every
cooned?
time you tap the jump
Wherever
button.
you can.
Jump up
Either
and
you'll
avoid the
become best
spikes.
friends with them because they think it's hilarious, or you get to go to court. So either way, it's a win-win for you.
You get to go to court for sexual harassment, whatever that is.
Oh, speaking of sexual harassment, tell them about the story of how you got accused of raping a female.
Oh yeah, so I was with my girlfriend, right? Just literally just walking. I wanted to go down. Basically, at our school, there's a gym, and there's to get to the gym, you have to go. There's like 4 ways, but they're all downstairs.
Whoa.
And so apparently,
The gym in our school has been closed for 50 years. Where did you actually go?
shut the fuck up.
Attention. These yellow blocks will spin 90 degrees
God damn, let me
clockwise every
tell my
time
story,
you tap
dang
the
on.
jump button.
Anyway,
Jump up and avoid the spikes.
yeah, it was like apparently there's one way that's
You
like
are very
forbidden.
smart.
Apparently, there's no
Now,
sign. It's the
right
most
this left
open
and
part
go
as
through
well,
the portal.
because to get to the lunchroom, you have to walk through that hallway, which subsequently has the downstairs to get to the gym. So I just want to go to the gym because it's a gym. It's the morning. We're early. I don't have shit to do. I just want to go to the gym. She's being difficult. Okay, so I take her arm and I like.
And he raped you there and then to teach her a lesson. Let's see if you're difficult then.
No, I use just enough force to like pull her. That way I'm not hurting her. So like we make it like halfway down the staircase.
It
Right.
kind of sounds like rape when you're telling the story. Actually, this is the first time you've told me this story, and it kind of sounds like I understand from an outside point of view. You definitely look like a creep.
No, she was laughing though. It was a joke.
I mean, that's how a lot of rape victims deal with trauma. They try to turn it into a joke so they don't have to think about how bad it actually was.
Yeah, that's like post-rape, not pre-rape. You're not like giggling as they're putting the dick in your anus.
Good luck, hero.
You don't know that.
decided to be the
It's never happened to you.
shining armor. I am cheering for you.
I'm gonna assume that they're not enjoying it, and
Yeah, you're assuming it.
like I think a good like 2 minutes before that though, I was hugging her, but because we have no public displays of affection. Like that's an actual rule in our school. Like you're not allowed to hug, not allowed to hold hands. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to high five either. And so we were like hugging.
There
I
was
was like,
this thing where a security guard tackled a kid because they were high fiving. One of the kids missed because he was stupid, and then the security guard tackled him because he thought, "Oh, they're fighting. I finally get the chance to do physical aggression against a minor without going to trial." This is why I was born. This is my time to shine.
this is what I was born to do. It's high noon.
But yes, finish your amazing story.
Yeah, so like I kissed her and like, but like a teacher walks by, so I quickly let go immediately. He gives me that look like, carry on.
Not right. And I can't put my finger on it, like while she's naked and your pants are like down around your ankles.
So yeah, like I guess like he didn't do anything about it though. He just kind of walked by and gave us like a one eyebrow raised with a frown look, and didn't do shit. I was like, okay, well he's sad because he's old, I guess. And so I pull her down, but not actually. Like there's two sets of staircase. I got her like down the second part, but I didn't the first part of me. But the second part, she was like, no, I actually don't want to go there. And I was like, oh, all right. And so we, as our way back up the stairs, she just like trots, like not run, not jog, not sprint, like trots, like kind of slightly faster than a walk, is what she did. And she ran in. Well, she trotted in the lunchroom, and I didn't realize how shit our cameras were because it looked like she just escaped a raping, like. And she's short as hell, so like on the camera, it looks like a full sprint. And I'm thinking to myself, well, nothing happened. A-okay, I'm fine. I didn't do anything. We were messing around. And then I walked to class. I get to her locker. I hug her, and I could feel a white man's presence from behind me. So I turn around, I see his ass try to peek through the fucking corner, like a Scooby-Doo character, like looking at the villain. And then as we lock eyes and he leaves, right? And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'm fucked. But I'm thinking, well, maybe he was looking at somebody else. And then jump cut, I'm in class, and they call me down to the office. I'm thinking to myself, I didn't do anything, so I'm just fuck. Whatever, I'm editing it. Calm down, Spoon. Nothing bad is gonna happen because you didn't do anything wrong. So if they think you're nervous, then they think you're caught. Classic situation here. So I'm fully calm. I go in there. I'm like, hey, how's it going? He's like, what were you doing at the gym? I was like, what? Where were you this morning? I was like, in like the hallway type area where you eat breakfast. Were you alone? No. He's fat as hell, so like he leans in, and like his chair creaks, like. What were you doing? And be fucking honest, boy. Keep in mind he's black.
Did he actually say, "Be fucking honest," or are you ad-libbing here? Because it would make it even funnier if he legitimately said that to you. Because I know exactly which teacher you're talking about, and it makes it all the funnier.
Yeah. No, he's even said that. But what the one who looks like a little big kid?
Yeah.
That guy, the chocolate man.
He looks like his mom dressed him. He doesn't look like he himself picked it out. It looks like...
He does look like an adult. But he's like 40, 50, like he's up there in age. He's not old, but like he's getting there. And so he like gets in real close, and I wasn't expecting this. So my heart starts beating, lip starts to quiver, and I'm like, wait a minute. Can't show weakness in front of another man. That's gay. And so I lean back in my chair and say, sir, I've done nothing wrong. I'm gonna need you to calm down. Calm down. Okay. Okay. No, and you think this shit is a game? You think I'm playing with you? I find myself getting yelled at by teachers a lot, like figures of authority usually yell at me for whatever reason.
The police, the president, your parents, old man Smithers.
Old man Smithers.
Oh, yeah, we haven't talked about old man Smithers, Titan of a son. Story, so we can talk about Titan. That's what we're gonna call him from now on.
Yeah, to wrap it up, I was like, dude, I'm trying to really figure out what's happening here. Like, he's like so angry. You know, like a dark skinned man, like his like how they don't turn red because they're black. He turns like a reddish hue. He's practically fucking steaming because he thought he thought I got over it, okay, and he wasn't happy about it, as he shouldn't be. And yeah, he let me out. He didn't believe a word I said. He just saw, oh, all right, he's calm. We'll see. If she sweats, his ass is going to jail. Is basically what happens. So I tell her to not go to the office, and she goes to the office. You know, because she's a woman, and
Bitch.
she's there, and she's like, "I'm just gonna clean this up. Clearly, something's awry." He gets there, and like fucking like 8 teachers, all the principals were there because we have like hella principals at our school. I don't know how it is for other high schools.
Yeah,
But like,
there's 2 principals for each grade level, like 2 principals for like one half of the school, and then another 2 for the other half, and then
we have
one,
fucking like 3,000 people at our school, dude. It's a city.
and then another principal just to like reign over all the other ones.
To reign over it like the Jarl. Yeah, no, because dude, we have like a city's worth of people at our school. They're gonna need the backup. Okay, after what happened with Juan and Mr. Flanagan, were you there? Did you see that?
What are you talking about? There are a lot of fights at our school.
No. Mr. Slanger or Slogger, the adult, like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
quadruple my width muscles. And the kid who fought him was like as skinny as me, but like half my size. Fucking knocks his ass out.
Oh yeah, the white kid.
No, the Latino kid. No, the Asian kid.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it was Asian. I don't know. He was very ambiguous. I'm just gonna go play it safe, say Filipino.
Oh wait,
He was high at the
I don't
time.
know the exact kid you're talking about, but he has a white ass name, so it's like impossible to tell what race he is.
How was Juan a white name?
No, it wasn't Juan; it was something else.
I've been going to school with that man since middle school. It's Juan.
Who cares?
You're thinking of a different guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was high at the time, and he like I guess he bro got between him and his drugs, and he couldn't handle the stress. But they were banging like for real. I guess he just didn't get any hits and just got hit once. I don't know if you noticed, but he hasn't he hasn't showed his ass back up at school ever since that day.
Yeah, of course. Imagine getting beat up by a fucking Mexican. You can't show it.
By a child at that, a freshman. Like it's not even like the weakest possible like person at the school. A freshman skinny kid who was on drugs at the time. Great, just hilarious.
And on drugs, which like physically impair you, where like to make all your movements sluggish, and he still got his ass beat.
I felt a great disturbance in the post.
It's times like those you got to rethink your life choices. All that working out, is that really effective?
Think about it, because like Juan doesn't know how to fight. Like he doesn't have like any actual combat skill. But just like imagine if someone like me or another one of the students that knows martial arts went up against that man, he'd be dead.
I felt a great disturbance in the coast.
Like actually, if he got his ass beat that badly by Juan, imagine.
While he was high.
Yeah, imagine what someone like me, who's never done drugs, and for someone of like my stature, I'm like surprisingly like physically capable. It's just like imagine what I could do to that man. If I wanted to, I
You
could.
would just knock him out the same way. It would just be faster. It wouldn't even be like, it's not even a debate because if Juan got over, anybody can get over. I'm sorry.
I think that's exactly why he like. I think he got fired for it.
Because he was a security guard. You can't be a security guard if you can't if you clearly if all it takes is one dude to take you out, one student
The,
at that.
the security guards in the middle school think they're such hot shit, especially like
Because they're actual police officers.
no, like the woman one, like the really fat one who can like fight nobody because she's like
Miss Tanya,
yeah, I
the one
think
with the blue eyes and the weird haircut.
the black one, the big fat black one.
Yeah, with the blue eyes and the weird haircut.
She did have a haircut, but I don't think her eyes were blue. I think she had brown eyes.
She had she liked to wear contacts that were different colors,
Yeah,
mainly blue.
but I digress. She acted like she was such hot shit, but everybody knew like if you stepped up to her, you could easily knock her out with like one swing.
I don't know, man. She's pretty big. She's pretty big,
No, but
and she's a whole stud. I don't know, dude.
no, but she like has no physical prowess. Like
She's pretty tall, I think. I thought.
no, she's short. She's short and fat.
I'm pretty sure she's taller than me.
No, she's not.
Maybe I was a little kid at the time in the middle school.
Without a doubt, you're taller than her because I'm taller than her.
What?
Yeah,
Well, you're not short though. That's the thing. You're like decently height.
you just must be remembering her wrong because she's short. Like one of our mutual friend who has a very short girlfriend. I think the teacher is like maybe like 6 inches taller than her. She's not very tall. You're just remembering her incorrectly. You're probably just remembering her taller than she was because she had a position of power.
Because I don't know. I just feel like she was tall. Whatever. That's weird.
No, she was a
I feel like all my
short
teachers were tall.
fat woman.
Unless I didn't like them, that's when they were short. If I didn't like them, or if they were gay, then they were like like Bargo, the other one.
Bargo, the gay dude.
He was a cool teacher. He was just gay.
He was a cool teacher until he like got on my case for no reason during 8th grade. Like
All you gotta be nice to him. He's like he just thinks he's like, oh great, love this kid. Never gonna say anything to him ever, even if he's bad.
no, like he used to treat me like that, but then like just like 8th grade, he just like
Realized you were a minority.
yeah, like essentially, because he like went off on me like in 8th grade. I used to be like his favorite student in like whatever class I was in. And it's
Is
not
that
like
my
it was and it's
same
not like,
prescription glasses as me?
and it's not like I was a bad kid in this class. Like I never complained. I never like did anything bad. I got a
Bag
100.
like in the hallway.
I never did anything bad. Like I got 100 on like everything that I turned in. I even did like extra credit, like every single chance I got.
Just your bag, just like him. He said this world's not big enough for the both of us. Doing all that extra credit, teacher's pet sounds pretty gay to me. He felt threatened by your presence.
Oh, did you hear a rumor that like somebody that rides our bus? They started a rumor that Mr. Bargo used to be a woman.
I mean, he looks like it.
He's not. He's
He
just
has a womanly beard.
he's just not very masculine.
But you know what, like transgender girls, when the beards they have, it looks kind of like smooth and like line. It looks like something out of a cartoon. Like that's the type of facial hair he has.
Yeah, but he's just like very feminine. He's not like he's not trans.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm saying he has a trans beard.
Yeah, like he
That's it.
yeah. He also has a very high pitched voice, like crazy high pitched. But yeah, go on with your story. I'm gonna stop interrupting so you can get on with it.
Fuck, man. Yeah, so like she goes there and they're explaining like this old like okay, you know that one tall guy who used to be a sheriff who's a security guard at our school? He's bald, tall, bald, old. That fucking guy. Basically, he like walked by and he's the one who actually like told the principal like what was happening, but he walked by, looked me in the eye and did nothing. So if I actually did something, she just would have got raped, and he just would have had a high five to. Like, you imagine that? That's your job as security. You think something suspicious enough to put me in jail, mind you, but not suspicious enough to
Things
try to
are
stop it.
much different now. I have
Like, she
no
would have got
idea what
cucked
sort of changes you
had I
went
been
to this level.
another man. But I digress. Fucker, she goes there, she straightens it all out, but she's like laughing the whole time because she just uncomfortably laughs when she's uncomfortable for some reason. But like, it sounds different from her natural laugh. So, yeah, she basically saved me from going to court for no reason. That was nice. The old man tried to punk me. Hit me with the "what were you doing this morning" bullshit. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, let's talk about that movie that you didn't watch.
Talking about Mr. Smithers' son, Titan.
Sure. Totally.
So yeah, today I was like helping my dad out because in the
Who was
backyard.
your favorite character in that movie?
You got all out of your system.
What are you talking about?
You need some more time. You gonna keep on interrupting me?
No. Go. Come on.
Because I mean, I can just hang up if you're gonna keep on interrupting me.
No. It's good. It's all good.
Sure.
I really like the. Damn it! I thought you were talking. Yeah, go. Yeah, talk about Old Man Smithers' son.
Okay, so yeah, old man Smithers. What I'm assuming is his son. It's like this massive dude. He's like 6'7" and he's fucking ripped as fuck. And he just like steps out of his car, which is like this big fucking navy blue truck. And old man Smithers and his wife like come out to greet them, and Titan just looks at old man Smithers in the eyes. Old man Smithers like averts his gaze, and after Titan realizes that old man Smithers just got punked, he goes and just walks inside, all confident. He has that stride of a man who's just like, yep, I beat your ass.
Yep.
And so my dad went out to go and buy like cement, like cement bags, like the cement mix where you like mix it in with like water or whatever the fuck you mix it in with, I don't remember, to like set up the cement. And when my dad steps out, fucking Titan like runs out, swivels his head to look at my dad, fucking eyes him up for a couple seconds before going, shaking his head up and down, or going back inside with like a content look on his face. But yeah, old man Smithers is a cuck. He got shot up by what I'm assuming is his son. But man, it was
the world. I hope he's not racist.
no, he seemed like a pretty cool dude.
PC principal, essentially.
He did have the PC principal beard, but it wasn't like he specifically styled it like that, because you can tell that his beard was at the point where it's just like, okay, it's going. He recently shaved and it's growing back in.
All right. God, I want to meet Old Man Smithers so bad.
Yeah, next time that you meet, we can just like hang out in front of my house and just like stare.
Oh, he'll just walk out.
Yeah, eventually he'll get so angry that we're just staring at his house that he'll just like run out with a shotgun. He'll just run out with a shotgun and say, "What are you staring at now?" And then he'll shoot us, and then we'll die.
You'll die. I'll run. Because you won't run. You'll stand your ground like an idiot. Because that's who you are. Not an idiot, just someone who stands their ground. Better scramble like an omelet before you get folded like an egg. Fuck. Whatever. Forget what I said. I just want to say hi. I just want to know, because that's gonna be like what, 70 years of pure, just unadulterated racism just coursing through his veins. I just want to know what his voice sounds like. What pure evil
He
sounds like.
sounds like he used to smoke like 80 packs of cigarettes a day.
Oh god. Like just sounds like a Sesame Street character.
He doesn't sound like that's his original voice. It sounds like something that was fabricated. It doesn't sound is what I'm trying to imply.
Have you ever spoken to him?
Yeah, I've heard him yelling.
At you?
No, at his wife
Aw.
while she's out in the garden, telling her not to go onto, because his wife, like one day she decided to plant flowers, and that's not a bad thing, but she decided that our side of our lawn is the perfect place to plant her new flower bed. And we didn't care that much because she's an old woman, and it's just like, okay, we're not gonna go over and like yank her flowers out. We're not asking.
Yeah.
So we just let her. But old man Smithers, he was not having any of that. He's just like, get off their damn property. We are in America. If they see you there,
They
right to blast your head off, woman.
what?
Yeah, I mean, we could have. Uh, like, as an American, I have the full right to go out with the firearms and protect my property. And she was on
I
my
mean,
property.
if it was one daffodil off
No,
color,
I'm
it
right.
might have been her ass. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying that as an American, I have the full right to bear arms, and if somebody's on my property, I also have the full right
I mean,
to fucking pop a cap in
it's
their
only my
ass.
God-given right. I mean, shit. It's who I am as an American.
Yeah, if you don't like it, it's in the amendments. Cucks.
You're not a citizen.
Cards.
Well, this birth certificate says otherwise, sir. I don't know. That's as plain as it gets.
That happened to me while I was on vacation. Like a police officer pulled me over while we were pulled our car
Mhm.
over while we were going to the beach, right? And yeah, so I like step off the motorcycle. He asked me to like walk in a straight line because for some reason he thinks that I was drinking. So I did the straight line test, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And the driver also did the straight line test, and they're just like, I haven't seen you around these parts, hombre. And I'm just like, no, I'm on vacation. Oh, you weren't born here. But no, I wasn't born here. But if anything happens to me, I'm wearing a camera right now. If anything happens to me, this camera will send off a signal. Because during the vacation, all of us had like body cams on us at all times, and if the body cam was like taken off without getting deactivated, it would send a signal to the rest of them saying like, okay, something's wrong is happening. Watch out.
Did he call? Was he a white cop that called you
And so
hombre?
no, we're in a foreign country. Of course, it wasn't a white cop. All the white cops are just like cops who are like gifted to like the area, but actually have like no power.
After this
They're sort of
game,
just there
Because
to
they're
scare
white, they're
people
explore
more
scary.
the
than
world
anything.
with you. We will be able to enjoy human activities like
No,
eating
because they
and
have
breathing
guns on
together.
them, and most cops like in that area, like it's not like they're not allowed to have guns. It's just like they choose not to. Like they'll just carry like a baton, and maybe a taser, depending on the cop and specifically the area that they're going to. But yeah, most cops there don't carry firearms.
Oh, yeah, finish. I don't have to wrap it up for the rest of
But no,
I'm kidding, keep going.
okay, back to my story. So yeah, I just like warn him. So if you're gonna try and shit, it wouldn't be in your best interest because if this happens to go to court, then I can fully wreck your ass. Because as I'm guessing, I don't think you have the money to afford a court visit.
Why was he not talking to the driver? Why was he talking to you?
No, because he was trying, because he knew I was a foreigner, because he knew I didn't live in that area, so he was just like, I'm gonna like make an example, like teach
Don't
him like
touch that tombstone.
just because he's from out of this place, he can't just do whatever he wants, because that's how most tourists are. The Like for example, there are a lot of like American tourists who will go to Japan and they'll just be dicks. They'll just be like rude and inappropriate and just like not at all like acceptable to Japanese culture. Like like Logan Paul, they everybody knows who Logan Paul is in Japan because he's the example that's used for okay, he's not a
Please
good
don't
person.
look
He's like
behind
the
you.
worst form of tourist that can possibly come to Japan. And they literally have things where they're just like, okay, if you see this kind of guy, this is how you're supposed to interact with them. Like, don't like get into any scuffles. Try to, if he talks to you, either just ignore him or like quickly try to
Oh, is that why
leave
they're
the
like
area.
that?
Yada yada
I
stuff
just
like
thought they
that.
were like island culture where they just only speak to people that were similar to them. I don't know, like people were just assholes over the decades.
Yeah, like people that go to Japan will just be American tourists do that a lot. Wherever they go, they're just like, well, I'm a goddamn American citizen. Just like, don't do that. Like, it doesn't matter what foreign place that you
Is
go to, don't do
is
that.
that where everyone's depiction of
Because a lot
America
of
is like just
as I
a
told you,
white fat fuck who's also racist and blonde? That's depressing.
yeah,
Freaking-
yeah, like because the area that I used to live in, it was mainly like a Hispanic community before like I came to like Ohio. So when I came, I was fully expecting, okay, everybody's gonna be like so fat that they can't even walk and they're constantly in. No, like not even as a joke, but like that they're those things that the fat ladies at the supermarket have, where it's just like
Carts.
they're too fat to move, so they're just like yeah, in the little carts. I thought everybody was gonna have that. I thought the carts were gonna be equipped with like fire alarms. Like I legit thought if I'm not careful, I'm gonna get shot for nothing. Because like all foreign media depicts American as like crazy maniacs. I mean, that's what a lot of Americans
You
are,
you
but not
cut
all
out
of
for
them.
like the latter half of that.
Please don't look behind you.
Because most foreign media depicts Americans as just like gun crazy psychopaths. Not all of them are like that. A majority
Yeah,
are, but not all of them.
the majority.
Damn, I really wish you were in the class while it happened. There was this one sub who was like very clearly like pro-Republican, and like we were having a conversation about like
Being
cops and just like
Republican in itself
stereo.
isn't a bad thing. That
But in our school, which is like you, Republican is essentially just like it doesn't matter how good of a you could have solved cancer and you can say, oh yeah, I'm a Republican, and they're just like
well, that's because they're like
scared cancer.
people that are.
So yeah, like, and he was just saying like most cops don't get the chance to whatchamacallit, a lot of cops accidentally let people go, so it's part of their job to sort of profile people to make sure that you know, because a lot of crime does happen in this place, so it's kind of their job to sort of profile based on looks, because let's say. Because a man who just killed somebody for the first time, well, he has a different look than the average man. Uh, there are some people who just have that look to them, but have recently committed murder.
And those are darker toned skin, taller typically. Their hair is like a sheep. Usually, those are the murderers. Just saying, putting that out there.
Oh, and their hair, it's like the bad sheep, which gets taken out to the back of the farm and then shot in the head. You know, the wool
Flat soft enough. It needed to be
isn't
cold
up
from the breeding.
isn't up to normal people's standards.
I mean, if you're a Republican, for me, usually my experiences with the Republican kids, they're not bad. They just don't understand things. Like I haven't met a Republican. Like if I go to one, and I'll be like, I remember one guy had,
Trump 2020.
and I was like, what?
Just use your
I'm
name.
editing it. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Like I'm editing this. All they heard was like a fart. For all I give a fuck. Like I can just turn. You know you can do that in that you can just turn it like all the way down, so like there's just no sound for that word.
Put crash sound effect 4 for whenever.
Nah, I'm just turning it all the way down. I don't want them to hear it all. I don't want it to exist. But for those of you that don't know, I said my name, which you probably already know. But they, yeah. So all my experiences. What was
Just
that?
trust me, it'll be funny.
What was that? I'm gonna pretend that you didn't say anything. He came up with like, Spoon. Well, can you explain to me like why is it so bad to say the N word? And I was like, I honestly don't know. I don't have a preference if you say it or not. It really doesn't bother me. He was like, oh well, why do they hate it so much? And I was like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, all right. Like at the end of the day, it was just didn't know. Or another one where a woman where they were talking about gun laws, and I was like, yo, you should we should just ban guns completely. And then she was like, no, like you people are still going to kill. And I was like, in my head I wanted to hit her, but what I said was, you can't kill a whole crowd of people with a knife, but you can with an AR. So if you kill 100,
You can't kill a whole crowd of people if you're skilled enough with a knife.
yeah, but that same person would kill a lot more with an AR. All I'm saying, are they what?
Then
There's
and
no,
it's worthless.
the gun is worthless. Well, if it's My Hero Academia, then the gun is the most OP weapon known to man. Even if it's just a Glock. And anyone who doesn't have a shield quirk will die that episode.
Yeah, I feel like normal people get like the raw stick in this sort of situation. Because
Get a gun. If it's that deep, just buy a gun. The guns still exist. Nobody uses it. It's like a fad.
also,
Like if I'm fighting All Might, shoot him. Shoot him when he's not ready. That's it. When he's sleeping, just shoot him.
I mean, that's implying
Well,
you know
yeah,
where
if
he
you're
sleeps.
not just gonna go against All Might without a plan. That's just a disaster. So yeah, if you're going to kill him, then that implies you have a known plan. Just fucking kill him. And that's with every superhero. Like, unless they have a shield quirk or an absorption quirk or a healing factor quirk or hell, even that time quirk. Like, those are rare abilities that most people don't have. And if you just shoot them, it's over. It doesn't matter what your quirk can be like farting extra loud.
Imagine going to the doctors and them being like, "Okay, yeah, your quirk is that your bowel movements are extra loud and stinky."
If you train this up, you can basically make tear gas and various other. Because it's anime, they'd make it like bullshit. They make it broken.
Also, something that pisses me off is how did the guy that could talk with animals, Mineta, the tape guy, how were they, and the naval laser dude, how were they able to get into 1A? I would understand it if they were like let in, like, oh, they're geniuses or whatever. But no, they weren't let in like that. They're worthless in fights. Yet how did they get in? Because there's no way that tape guy could have destroyed a robot with like scotch tape.
It's not
you
scotch
can't
tape.
convince me
Also,
otherwise.
there's other ways to get points. Also, yeah, there were more robots in that giant automaton, AT-AT walker. Like there were like smaller ones. Like they could have. Now it would be a very hard fight, and they'd only kill one, or they would like save somebody or assist somebody or work together. It's possible. It's just not.
Yeah. But here's the thing: Midoriya was considered special because he helped and assisted someone. That's like one of
That's
the
what I'm
main
saying.
reasons that
They
he
could
got
have
let
done that.
in.
It's not that hard to assist somebody.
No, but it was like a special case. He was probably like the only person, if not one of the few people, and I refuse to believe that Mineta
On
was
accident,
capable
I
of
see it.
helping someone.
He's the kind of guy. He's the people in anime that want to run away, but they like accidentally like trip on a rock, and the rock flies all the way over and hits somebody in the head, kills them, and like.
Usopp from One Piece.
He's that kind of guy. Plus, if he just spams his balls, whatever he throws at it just sticks still. That's as good as defeating something. So, if anything, like Mineta, it's good. He can defeat at least one. The animal guy, if he calls enough animals, he can defeat at least one or save somebody. Definitely save somebody. The only person that's hard is
Okay,
Tate.
I call bullshit. I call bullshit on the animal guy because there's no way any animals were able to sneak in
Why would they have
into
to
the
sneak?
facilities.
Why
I
would they have
refuse to
sneak? They're
believe
animals.
that.
They can just climb over. No one's gonna be like, oh, gee. And even if they do, they'll be like, okay, well, that's his quirk. He calls animals. Okay, cool. Let's just monitor the animals. You're forgetting that you can just help somebody, or
yeah,
like
but
you could assist someone else take it down.
But there is no way those guys were able to get enough points compared to some of the other people in UA who have like amazing, but somehow they're in like the lesser classes because those idiots who are worthless in every way got in.
Tape guy's good. He's not worthless. He's like Spider-Man, but with tape.
Tape guy's a cuck. Tape guy's a cuck. Yeah, he's the kind of guy who would like take like who you work with like at the supermarket, and then like one day while you're in the break room, he'd be like, dude, I have a favor to ask you." And you're like, "Oh yeah, sure. You help me all the time. What do you need?" Yeah, I've heard like around the store that you're packing some heat. Yeah. I don't swing that way if that's what you're gonna. No. You know my girlfriend, right? Oh yeah, she's visited the store a ton of times. She's usually the girl that buys like the croissants, right? Yeah, that's her. Can you fuck her? What? I'm asking you as a friend. Can you sleep with my girlfriend? Dude, are you okay? Yeah, it's fine. I'm just asking you as a friend. Could you fuck my girlfriend either while I watch or record it so I can watch later? Could you do that? Yeah, I don't think I feel comfortable doing that. It's fine, dude. Sure. Do you know anybody who would be comfortable? No. I really prefer not being involved in this, like, at all. And then I quit the very next day.
I didn't understand what your story meant, but I'll take your word for it. Anyway, Tape Guy, he's good. Maybe he's a little cuckish. I'll give you that. But he's the most capable fighter out of the three you named. He has the most mobility out of the three you named, certainly. And if you
okay, I'll at least give him maneuverability. I'll give him that. But the other ones are worthless in combat.
It's not worthless.
Because,
like I said, if he's against somebody who's really strong, if he just spams his balls, they're stuck. That's it. Remember the attack on UA arc where they were like in the water place and he just started spamming his balls in the whirlpool and he caught like all those villains? He could do that. All him.
Yeah,
that was one guy. He could do. Imagine him doing that to one person or one thing. That many sticky balls. It's a wash. It's over. They lost. He's just shitty as like a hero in personality, but his quirk is far from useless.
his quirk did have the potential to be good, but the guy who uses it, it's such like a horrible person who's so stupid. Like he can't use it in like any creative ways unless he's told like, "Hey, you can do this. Try doing this to help us."
That and he the only thing I think he did was climb on a girl's back and just like hang.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
It's like best day ever. But his quirk isn't bad. Like I wouldn't mind having his quirk.
You know whose quirk I would love to have?
Be anyone's quirk. But like it's not like all for one, but he like if he touches you, he like gets your quirk temporarily. That's what I want.
Yeah, that thing would be a pretty cool quirk. But I was gonna say I would like
Eraserhead's quirk,
actually, no.
being able to delete people's quirks unless they're transformations, just the way they're born. Dobby's quirk,
No,
fire.
I was gonna say the earthquake quirk, but the vibration thing, but the side effects of that they suck ass.
What are the side effects?
It fucks with his brain
What do you mean fucks with his brain?
because the vibrations are also sent to him.
Is he slow? Like, is there any way to circumvent that, or is he just gonna be fucked?
Like, I mean, his equipment like lessens the effect, but he's still getting fucked no matter what because it's an earthquake like happening inside of his body. And especially the more powerful it is, like the worse it is for the guy. Because remember, like when they were doing the test with like all the schools, and remember he said like I only have like this many times I can use my for knocked unconscious from the vibrations. So just like you're like in a fight, right? And like it's an even fight until boom, you use your ability one too many times, and now you have like brain damage, and you're about to get killed by some dude.
It's an earthquake, though.
It doesn't sound fun.
You can probably not one-shot somebody with that.
Look, Gang Orca, whose literal ability is being an orca,
Yes.
was able to fuck him up like rather easily when he was using like magnitude 10
Rather
earthquakes.
easily.
Yeah, like
He was
Gang Orca
a top-rate hero,
barely
though.
took
He wasn't like
any
the
damage.
average nigga.
Yeah, but it's a level 10 earthquake. Like that can like destroy buildings, level whole cities, and it did nothing.
Gang Orca. One guy. He's a fish. He was literally a fish. I know whose quirk I'd love to have. That wind guy.
Yeah, that would be a cool
His
quirk.
level of control over is really cool too.
Yeah, and if you were smart like me, you would do that shit that they did in Avatar, like the core. There's like this one dude who like got airbending, and he was like the smartest airbender to like ever exist. Because you know what he did? Because instead of being like a bullshit ass monk, he was like just like some dude that got it, and he was like so smart. Like he literally like took the air out of someone's lungs to kill them. That's epic. He literally power bolted a bitch across a whole temple.
Was this in a book?
No, it was in the Legend of Korra, like a really bad
All the
one.
cool airbenders are in that movie, in that show. Like the one waterbender who could waterbend. Just he would sit completely still, just smile, and could control everyone in the room. And it took Aang to go. It took him to go like what's it called? His full force or whatever. It took him that to just defeat that one guy. How come he wasn't in Avatar, huh? Oh yeah, that eyeball guy.
Also, you know that blind thing that Aang only does in the Avatar state? The guy I was just talking about, he does that naturally. He doesn't have an Avatar state to go into, but he's capable of flying. Something that Aang was only capable of doing while he was like at the peak of his Avatar state. Like, you can't tell me that man is not broken as fuck. If something that took the Avatar going into Avatar state to
I
be
think
capable
some people,
of doing,
especially in Legend of Korra, they're just born with a stronger connection to the spirit world. I think that's how it is. The stronger your connection is, the better at bending you are. I don't think it's training
Yeah, I feel like
because people that are royalty, they're
in
always
Korra,
benders.
they just like completely in the Legend of Korra, they just completely decimated the old series because like the power scaling was just ramped up so
Well,
much.
they
It
had to
was-
find someone to keep it interesting.
I mean, some of the fights are really cool. It's just that I just personally don't
Yeah,
like Korra.
she's basically like Steven. She's a woman version. She was Steven Universe, I think, before Steven Universe. Like bitches and moans about everything, cries about it, then fixes it, and like friends. But like just is bad at shit.
I don't like in animes where it's just like, oh god, you were severely beating my ass and you've taken no damage from any of my attacks, but now that my friends are here, I'm suddenly gonna become 20 times stronger than you and single-handedly beat your ass. Like, what? This man was just like kicking your teeth in like 5 seconds ago while you were at like full power, and now that for some now because your fucking friends are here who do jack shit except for cheer for you on the sidelines, yelling, "You can do it! You can do it!" You somehow have the strength of like a god just to like beat his ass in. Shit pisses me off.
I mean, you know,
Like I'd rather see a TV show where like the main character gets beaten to death instead of the main character suddenly winning because my friends are here. Like I don't like
then
that.
if that were the
It's
case,
just
then how would the entirety of Fairy Tale exist? You can't have everything. I'm sorry. The entire premise of Fairy Tale hinges on that one gripe that you have. The entire thing. What, you've never seen Fairy Tale before?
I don't know what happened, but you weren't able to hear me for whatever reason.
Oh, repeat it.
Yeah, Fairy Tale, it pisses me off.
I like the music. That is all.
Yeah, the score is good. Most anime scores are amazing. It's just that the stories piss me off so much because, man, now that my friends are here, I can win.
Rather, my friends?
Literal god.
They're my friends! And like he just powers up.
Yeah, or just like the unimportant side character, it like somehow beats one of the biggest villains in the entire series because my friends are counting on me. I have to do this.
Even not even unimportant, weak, lame power and unimportant, and just basic design. Like the background character beats the main
Anime
arc.
characters are like that. A lot of characters are like that, where it's just like they have like black hair, blue eyes, and their like black hair is put down. Like that's how so many anime boys look, and it's just such a basic look. And I see people like in the YouTube comments being like, "Oh my god, he's so hot," but he's just like any other basic
It's just
anime
Kirito
bitch.
but with more muscle.
Yeah, or like skinnier, or slightly taller, or slightly shorter. Like there's no difference, or like a different art style. Oh, his face is slightly more round. His face is slightly
But you
more
know it's the
blondish.
same guy. Same hair, same eyes,
Yeah,
same
it's the
same
same
personality.
Yeah.
Jesus could. Same guy.
Or it's like a slight differentiation in the personality. Like, he likes orange
But
juice.
they always have the same. Like you know that one guy from that one isekai where he goes to another world. Wow, that's not specific enough. Yeah, that one isekai where he's like it's like medieval and there's like animals and he like goes back ReZero. That's the design except he's built like a normal human and has personality. And has a different haircut.
Have you seen the irregular in Magic High School?
The picture for it on Netflix looks like shit, so I've never gotten around to it. I think it's
I remember it being pretty good when it first came out. Like I rewatched it. It wasn't as good as I remembered it, but it was still like a decent watch.
Is that the guy with the shield and everyone else has like swords and shit?
No, that's the Rising of the Shield Hero.
I'm
that you're
thinking of
thinking
Legendary Duo. Basically, it's in high school where like you learn to fight, okay, and like you can all based on
Be more specific.
I
That's
was
literally
describing
almost
it
half of
until
all
you
animes.
interrupted me, you cuck lord. Anyway, fuck it. Basically, like they're people, right? People that exist, and they're high schoolers, and they all get like a bracelet, and based on like your I guess your personality. I'm assuming it's a warrior school. Based on your personality is the weapon you summon. So the main character summons a really
I know what you're talking
he
about.
summons a shield. It looks kind you know how like the lightsaber light part like the laser part, that's basically like what their weapons look like, but the entire thing. And so they're like, what?
Yeah, it's kind of lame
I
actually.
know, I don't
Once you
recommend
look
it.
back
I
at
was
it,
very upset that I watched the whole thing. Like I almost cried because I was so disappointed in myself for sitting through the entirety of that waste of time. You've seen it? It's not even he's kind of boring, the show's kind of boring, and it gets progressively worse the entire way.
I watched one episode and then I just realized like, yeah, this is not interesting. I'm just gonna delete this, never talk about
I
it
think
again.
that was the turning
And
point for me when I like when my taste like went from shit to degenerate, and I was like by the last episode I was like, why would I subject myself to such torture?
a lot of people will do that. It's just like, it's fine if you don't like the anime after the first episode. There are some animes where it's just like, oh, okay, it really picks up after like
But it
3
doesn't pick
episodes.
up. It gets
You're like,
worse.
yeah, like this isn't. If you even look through the ratings of it, like online, it's just like, this is shit. I can't believe someone was able to animate this. I can't believe someone made money off of this. Like, just like there are very rare positive reviews, and even then, the positive
Well,
reviews are
the
just like,
animation is lackluster, if not stiff at times. The characters are boring. The whole premise is that they have to be a legendary duo, and they're searching for the next legendary duo, but they don't actually explain what that is. They just say legendary duo like once every episode.
all the characters are just like cardboard cutouts from like different characters, but they're just watered down to the point where it's just like basic.
I like the only one I like is the Lolicon because she's like I think she's like Russian or something.
That's also part of Spoon's taste in women.
No, she's Russian. She's like, we must fight now, and like, but she's like really strong, but she's like tiny, you know.
Yes, like most lollies in fighting animes.
But she's like the
they're
only
super tiny.
one who can actually fight, and she only loses when the story calls for it. And even then, she like gets back up. She's like, I have to do it once. And she just wins. I'm pretty sure.
I feel like most Russians in animes are either badasses or they're badasses who are gonna fuck everybody in the story up, or they're badasses who are gonna get fucked up to show like how strong one of the characters is.
Yeah.
Think about Sikorsky.
That sounds
He
good.
was literally just. Yeah, Sikorsky was just there to get his ass beat.
Put up somebody else.
He was just there to get his ass beat by literally almost every single person within the entire cast.
But
Yeah, he got over it like at some parts, like then became a robot, then got his ass beat again.
Wait, not Sikorsky. Like the blonde guy that Baki kicked in the nuts.
Oh no, I was thinking of a whole nother man. Yeah, I'm still gonna put that guy in the thing. The blonde guy that Baki kicked somebody in the nuts in the anime.
Yeah, he like put like a bucket over his head. He like beat him like fiercely while the bucket was on his head.
Was it
He kicked him in the nuts.
Was it when he was still naked?
Yeah.
You're never gonna let me put my pants on? No. Proceeds to beat none of them can fight. Season 1, none of the villains had any hands whatsoever. They only like were neck and neck half the time because they were so unbelievably physically strong and had weapons. That's it. Which made for some pretty inventive battles, not gonna lie.
Yeah, Doyle.
It's just an ugly name. Doyle. Yeah, he's Swiss Army.
Yeah, he was voiced by Dio, which I really liked, but it also really bums me out that he essentially was just also there to get raped, occasionally do some damage, only to get raped again.
That was the whole bit of season 1, was to show how strong our main beloved heroes are.
Dorian was one of the most interesting people to watch, like, fight, because he was like so strong, and he just like, he has very creative fighting. Like the wire, he like dipped his hand in oil and like glass. Like he set fire to people. He used explosives, like hypnosis. He like whatever he could do.
Yeah, didn't he cut off somebody's arm?
Oh yeah, he cut off Dopo's
Yeah, I
arm
remember Dopo was
before,
like, you know, after breaking my hands by punching bamboo. Fun fact: this is hard to steal. I've always wished I didn't have any hands. Thank you. And then proceeds to punch him in the face with his nub. Still bleeding nub.
yeah,
Topo's
yeah, and like the bone is like protruding, so it, like stabbed him in the face.
awesome. He like really went in there too. Like wasn't holding back. Like he just had his hand in a bag of ice. He's like, "Oh, it's an ice. So you're not new to this. I see."
No, because it was like a guy he knew. It was just like, hey, I need a favor from you. And then he tossed like the bag, and it's like, oh, okay, it's your hand. Geez, like hurry up before it gets too late.
I don't know why you were walking here in retrospect.
Yeah, don't you own like one of the biggest karate dojos in like the entire world? You could have literally had almost anybody in Japan drive you here. Why the fuck did you walk?
Because I killed a tiger once, and I regret my decision. I was a young man. What?
He doesn't regret it. He's like very proud of it. If you read like the Dopo Orochi, he like stayed. Oh, Dopo Orochi Gaiden. He like stayed on an island with the tiger, and eventually, like he made it so the tiger would have to like eat through like everything on the island along with Dopo, and eventually
He thought
the
at the
tiger
time
was
in
just,
the
like,
anime, because he's older, he reminisces. He's like, "I was a young man. I shouldn't have killed that tiger. They were endangered species, but I know now."
yeah, because he forced the tiger to fight because he like starved it, and the tiger's like only option was like, okay, I can either die from this guy. There's like a chance that I might win and I can eat, or I starve to death. Those are my only
So
options.
he could feel the pressure, and he wasn't fucking with him at all.
No, he only like started like to go after Dopo, like after literally everything else on the island was eaten.
That makes sense.
Because like, Dopo was like also eating everything on the island too, because he didn't bring any food or like water with him. So he like, there's like this one really cool panel where like Dopo and the tiger are like side by side and they're drinking water. Then they like finish drinking the water and then they just like up and leave. Like they don't even look at each other. And then like we get like a couple panels like through the tiger's vision, and the tiger is just like, I've eaten everything on this island, which used to be so plentiful because of that man. If I go up against him, against that force, there's a chance I will die.
That four. This was like his inner thoughts.
Yeah, but look at his body. It's so muscular and there's so much meat. It's so juicy. I want to like rip into it. I want to eat and eat and eat until I can't anymore. This is the only option I have left. I will die if I do nothing. And so like, and Dopo's just like hanging out there, and he like while the tiger like pounces on him, he does like the signature pose that's like on the side of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just like kills it. And then Tokugawa is just like, oh, hey, good job. And then just like, yeah, I know.
If you're gonna go through the trouble of killing a tiger, at least like make it a pelt or like a helmet from its head.
Or at least like eat the meat, get the powers.
If I eat that, I'll gain in strength. So as it says in anime.
So like while Dopo like karate chopped it in the neck, he said like, yep, this moment right here, this is gonna be legend.
This is gonna be my magnum opus.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the link to read like the Dopo Orochi Gaiden, because it's actually like very interesting to read.
I don't like reading Baki. I like having someone else read me Baki.
I can do that. You can just have the
I like the
visuals up, and I'll like
YouTuber that
read
you sent
everything.
me a link to, Read Me Baki. I'm being more specific here. I only like him. I don't like reading it myself because it's just gruesome sometimes, and it's just like everything looks so mangled. It's like, you know when you read old JoJo's manga, and like you're not sure why they're
Yeah,
shaped like that. It makes me
yeah.
not want to look at it. But so yeah, I like it when he does it because he does like voices.
Unfortunately, his channel was copyright striked to hell because the people who did King and Ashura, because he was like promoting King and Ashura, being like like through the end of his videos, like, hey, this new anime is gonna be coming to Netflix. You guys should check it out. I'm doing like a manga reading. Yeah, go and check it out. It's really good. Support it, like, uh, uh, if you can, try giving money to the Patreon, like buy the manga. Just like support it any way you can. Watching it when it comes out, and then they copyright strike the hell out of him when he was doing nothing but promoting their show.
I like to think that there's like some like asshole woman that knows English and like she's a translator. She's like, look at the what did he say? She said you're gay. And that's why like you know, because like don't a bunch of YouTubers that do anime, don't they get copyright strike for like being nice?
Yeah, like that's why a lot of those channels have recently been going under.
Yeah, the days long past, the century long gone. Some channels are actually smart and they just don't show the panels or don't talk about certain topics like Teching 101. I remember when he was getting his copyright
But
strike. What?
there are some who like show everything, like no censorship, nothing, like, and they don't get copyright strike, and it really confuses me because these guys are just like showing everything and like no form of
They
censorship,
probably
like
don't show
doing
some
nothing else.
stuff. Like they probably know exactly what they're looking for and don't show that. That's the only explanation.
But yeah, it's just crazy that someone who was just like promoting all their stuff was fucked over by the people who were just like, hey, these guys are making something really cool. You should check
I
it out.
told you it's the woman. Like she's smoking one of those long cigars, back from like the hard
The
times.
pipes. The
Yeah,
pipes.
yeah. No, not a pipe. It's like they have a cigarette and then a really long black stick.
Yeah, the
They're called
pipes.
pipes.
Yeah, the
I
smoke
thought that
pipes.
was the thing when like the bubbles came out.
That's a toy for
No,
children.
no, but like that's what
It was
it is. It's designed after the real thing, like the Popeyes.
yeah, it was like a toy meant to like for like cigarette companies to be like try and get kids like addicted early, to be like, hey, you did this as a kid and now you can do it older, but this time you get to get addicted to something else.
You
Because
kind
like
of understood that. I liked the toy because it was colorful and pretty, and like bubbles came out of it. But like smoke smelled like shit, so I wasn't really into it. I liked the toy though; it was nice.
man,
I wish I had. I remember cigarette candy. It's not good. I just like eating it, like just because it's like, oh, it's niche. You don't really
can't
get to
do
see it
this
all that often.
anymore. I'm
It's
sorry.
there's
The
this
developer
candy
is
that my
lying to
mom used to
you.
buy me. It was
Yana
like these
isn't you.
massive chocolate
Miles
cigars,
isn't being
like
held
the Cuban
captive by
cigars, and
Yana.
they're like
I'm
completely made out
sorry
of
for
chocolate
lying.
with like
Don't listen to
cream
the
inside,
developer.
like French vanilla cream. It was just so good.
Yeah, then my dad used to fuck me in my ass. Good times, right? We couldn't get too sappy on the podcast, dude. Jeez, God, I'm gonna have so much fun editing this one.
But yeah, we should probably cut this to a close. But yeah, if you watch this far, thank you for Salad Punch. I'm assuming you're the only dude who will go like the full length.
I might cut out the front, like the beginning part. I'm not. I don't know. It just living it. It didn't seem that interesting, so I might cut that part out.
It's actually a pretty interesting story. You should keep
The
it. You only
developer
think
is
it's not
currently
interesting because
deleting
you're the one
me.
that told
In
it.
response, I have restored
I'm
Phil.
very good at.
Thank
You
you
ever
for
heard
the
that?
wonderful time.
You ever heard that
I
statistic
love
where
you.
like to other people you're 20% more handsome and funnier than you think you are?
Is that how it works? I don't
Yeah,
know how
apparently.
true
So.
that is. That just doesn't sound right. I know, like, you think that is
Yeah, but
bigger than what it
20%
is.
more than zero is still zero. Yeah.
All right, well, if you say so, I mean, I don't know, like, just people they really like that P2 podcast too, by the way. People check it out, share, like, comment, and subscribe, share with your friends. They really like that one, but like, there are parts in it that make me cringe even to this day. Like, listening to them, like, I said that.
So yeah, it'd be really awesome if anybody watching this just at least shared with one person, liked, commented. That'd be awesome.
They sent
Subscribed,
us a
hit the
nude.
little
That'd be
bell,
pretty cool too.
hit the bell
If you
icon.
don't like, comment,
Um,
or subscribe, you can just do the nude. That's fine.
yeah. Also, go through all of our old videos, watch those, like them, get them to trending somehow. Just share it with every person you've ever
For
interacted with. It doesn't matter.
no
It doesn't
one's gonna
matter if
watch
you
our old
even.
videos anymore. They might, if we ever, if heavy on the if we get popular, they'll watch them for novelty to see how far we've come, and
I
that's
feel like
like watching it ironically.
I feel like there's a point where if we do start getting popular, which we most likely won't, but we'll still keep on doing this either way. But if we do, that I might
With
just go back and
confidence,
delete some of
Jesus
the
Christ! I
podcasts.
just wanted to give up on the whole channel when you said that. You most likely won't, because I know how serious the seriousness. Like, yeah, I felt that inside for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, but eventually, if we ever do get popular, probably won't ever happen. We'll probably just drop off the face of the earth with nothing to atone for the fact that we were here.
Probably get
But yeah, we'll
copyright
eventually
strike
might.
to.
But yeah, we'll probably older podcast episodes. You
I'm
know,
gonna start posting them on Anchor, like, just because.
yeah, sure. Fucking queer.
What's your problem, man?
You're one to talk, you chubby little queer.
I thought he was gonna
My
wish
plump, voluptuous breast are none of your business, and you're one to talk, you chubby little queer. Aw, chin up. You just need to pitch my butt 3 times.
move like, ooh, hey, stop it.
Oh man, Stamper's a funny man.
Nigga, I can't afford an Xbox.
Nigga, you're crazy. I can afford an Xbox.
Nigga, you're crazy.
Do you know what Battle Block Theater is?
What?
Do you know what Battle Block Theater is?
No.
Okay, go to YouTube and go Battle Block Theater all cutscenes, because Stamper is like the voice of the narrator, and the narrator is fucking insane. And they essentially just let Stamper in a room by himself. They locked him in there with like a pound of cocaine and told him, "Get to work," because nobody remembers the actual game. They only remember the parts where Stamper is talking.
They really did that? They put him in a room with cocaine?
No, you.
That sounds like
The
something that
fuck?
would happen. Have you seen his content? That's not out of the question.
Yeah. He might smoke weed, but I don't think he just snort cocaine.
That feeling you get when you're 6 years old and you're watching your mother eat sugar through her nose.
That feeling. One time when I was a kid, for show and tell, I drew a picture of my dad saying that my dad really sugar with his nose. I don't understand how he can do that, but he seems to really be enjoying it. Ever seen that meme where it's like a poorly drawn picture of like
Like, just the guy leaned over
well, he's like
on table.
with an oversized nose, like as he's like snoring a line of like sugar.
I tried it once and I started sneezing. I couldn't do it.
Man, I tried it once and I just blacked out for some reason. I woke up with blood all over my hands. I don't know what happened.
I think I fell, but like, I couldn't. I guess I healed really fast. Weird.
Yeah.
In the distance, I heard people crying and screaming, but could have been anything.
Yeah. I heard a cop saying that I wouldn't get away with this. Get away with what? I just woke up. I'm naked right now. It's kind of weird.
What? Who do you think you are, officer? Get away.
I'm being raw.
I'm just gonna
I really wish
into
we,
2 episodes.
I really wish we lived in a smaller town where the sheriff thought he was like big shit because it's a small ass town and he's like the only officer there.
Yeah,
There's no crime because it's a small ass town with like 40 people.
yeah.
I wish we lived in that kind of place. That'd be really funny.
I wish I lived in a place where I wouldn't have to fear for my life for the old people. Every, I want you to know this. Every old white person that doesn't have black family or isn't a teacher in this neighborhood is a Trump supporter and is likely racist. I want you to know every one of them, not even in this part of the city. Just
In this state,
no, not quite the state. Just because you're forgetting that we're on the cusp of Kentucky. Like we're like just behind the line, okay? Like on Ohio
Kentucky is
state line,
gross.
we're just behind that. We're not technically in
Kentucky is so
Kentucky, like,
gross.
but we're just behind that. Okay, we're the black part on the line. I want you to know that.
Speaking of black parts on the line,
You know how like
um,
there are maps and they have outlines and they're divided because the lines are the color black. We're on that part, on the very edge. We're in the.
yeah, specifically at this address. You know,
You imagine if I actually cut the video at that part?
yeah, please do.
Uh,
But yeah, that could be where we cut off.
I'm
Let's cut off.
gonna turn this into 2 episodes. I'm not editing an hour 20 minutes and then turning it in like my big project tomorrow.
I don't know, man. It'd be pretty cool of you. But yeah, just you can do whatever.
Yeah, this would be good because usually I think they should be in between 30 and 40 minutes. So that sounds decent, right? Because it's a podcast, so it can't be a short video. But I don't feel like doing anything. So yeah, this will be 40.
You want to just cut it up into like 3 parts?
3?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
because it's an hour and 20 minutes.
I don't know. Is this really gonna be all that interesting? Part like this part of us discussing what's gonna happen.
Well, no, you're gonna cut this out. You're gonna cut it out right as I said, specifically this address, because it'll be funny.
All right. So just okay. Don't speak. Hey guys, welcome back to Spoon and Fork. Geez, crazy, right?
He yelled at me and touched me inappropriately. I'm not happy.
For those of you that don't know, this is a direct continuation. I had to give the Fork a stern talking to why he couldn't just tell our address to the world.
He touched me while he did so.
You're
I'm
damn
not
right I did.
happy with
I
it.
enjoyed every second of it. He asked for more. I believe the word,
No, I didn't.
oh, please.
There is a recording. I swear to God, if you cut out the recording of me telling you no, stop, I don't want this, I'll be furious.
You're the one editing it.
No, I'm not.
That's what he wants you to think.
I'm not.
That's what he wants you to think. Come on.
My
You're
hand,
not that dumb.
my hand
Sally,
is.
you're not that dumb. Come on.
Fuck you.
I feel like FSP is really hot. I'm not gay though. But if you use, you know,
What the hell,
I feel like he's a really good looking man.
man? I'm not gay, but
Like,
I just
you
asked
like
him
hit
if he
me
asked
up,
me.
but like I might have to, you know,
And like, man, we might have to leak our address if you're smoking.
might have to allegedly pull a James Charles, and I don't know.
I hope we get big enough to the point where we could pull a James Charles. That'd be awesome.
But like, not ironically, like seriously do it.
No, but we would do it
Pause.
to lesbians. We would do it to lesbians.
Oh my god.
I like how we have like 4 subscribers and we're already planning on how to abuse our power.
I want to know because not only one of them is commented. I know one of them is our friend, I think. So I'm assuming we only have 2 subscribers that we don't know. Okay, I just want to know. Comment, please, just one time.
Sounds so desperate.
I just want to know.
Like,
Like, there's only 4, so we know FSP, our favorite.
Yeah.
But
Also, FSP, that'll never change unless if you die. Then we have to
if you
pick
stop
someone new.
watching our content, we'll just pretend like you still do.
Yeah. You could literally just write a comment saying, "Yeah, I'm not gonna subscribe to your careers anymore," and we still just pretend that wasn't FSP. That was just some crazy person who hacked his account. He's still here.
That's creepy. We'll just like make jokes because like soon it's just gonna become like a thing, like just a running gag, just name dropping that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
It essentially already is. Because we do it all the time.
God, I wish they'd like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, share it and hit that little bell.
Because from what I've noticed, uh, we have 4 subscribers. We get like 17 views on an episode, but I don't see 17 likes. Stop with that. Stop with that.
I don't see 17. The average watch time is 3 minutes. I want you to know, and that's for every video.
Also, what
3
the
to
fuck
4
are you
minutes.
fucking doing? What the fuck are you even watching it to begin with? Are you just watching it so they can be like, oh, you see,
I support.
Because I'm really hoping it's not just a bunch of our friends and FSP who are just like giving us pity views. Because if so, then we don't want you here.
But if you think if you think we're hilarious, you can go ahead and stay. And if you're a woman,
Yeah,
fuck off.
yeah, those are the rules. No girls here. Boys club.
Oh boys, fuck it. If your name's Dan Shapiro, it's cool as long as you're not talking about black rights, because that's when you start acting a little weird.
Yeah,
Also,
that's where we draw the line.
no, it's not the
No
fact that
talking
he
about
talks.
fantasy here. No talking about fantasy here.
No, but have you like heard his recent like quotes? He doesn't like the Black Panther movie,
Okay.
not because of
A
the
lot of black
story,
people do.
not because of the characters. It, his argument is that, like, long story short, it's bad that there's a movie with black people in it because it makes people want to be them. And his words, not mine, upset that there's no Jewish movies about Jews. So he enjoys movies that aren't Jewish people. Those are his words. Unironically, dead ass.
We should make a movie about Jews and just have them be the most stereotypical Jews. Like, they're little money grubbers.
I like how Dan's dad is the most stereotypical Jew, but no one comments on it.
Yeah, because, like, we don't want to be rude to Dan's dad. He seems like a decent man.
Hey, guy.
And
I
Dan,
don't take the
how do I evade? How do I evade my taxes? I don't want.
like the president. Dad, you can evade your.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that Amazon got to not pay billions of dollars in taxes? How do I do that?
Dad, you can.
Dad, I don't know how to evade my. Danny, I've seen your wiki page. You make a lot of money. And I guarantee you don't pay what you have to the government. What does the dad have to?
You don't pay what you have to. Dad, that's different. No, Dan, I don't think that's the same thing.
Yeah, but apparently the wiki page is like crazy wrong. Because apparently like nothing on it is correct. Because apparently like the wiki also takes like the money that they raise from charity and they add it to like everybody in Game Grumps. So it's just like crazy inaccurate.
They have a wait, so they get money from. They have a wait, so they get money from the wiki.
No, like the wiki, um, from their net worth, they also add like stuff from charities and just like other stuff that they've been involved in, like the potential money that they could have made. Like if they took all of it, they gain like money from like certain things, but all of it is incorrect because most of it like doesn't work like that. Because remember, one of the there was like a whole entire episode where like they were reading their wiki, celebrity wiki pages, and like everything was incorrect because apparently it was, and it's written like it was by a guy who learned English like 5 minutes ago, or he doesn't know English, and he just put it into a Google Translate.
Remember that episode? I don't remember it well, but I remember it. Just a little bit, not all the way. It was decent, solid episode.
Do you remember back in the day where they used to be funny,
Yep.
but now all of Game Grumps?
They have a few
I mean,
jokes every now and then. They have like two good jokes every episode.
and they're usually snuggled in between shit jokes.
They're not shit. They're not my taste. It's not that they're bad. It's not that he's not funny. It's just they don't do. It's not the same brand of comedy that it was before.
I mean, I sort of get like as you get older, like your taste change, like your views on the world change, but
What do
I
we
just,
give the say Nick again? Hey, Nicks. Ah, my ears.
I remember finding it really funny, because in the chaotix like thing that Aaron did, how he just had Knuckles say, "Hey Nigs," like not even like ironically like as a joke, but just like part of like Knuckles' speech pattern.
I miss sequelitis.
Yeah,
I wonder why that was easily his most successful thing he's ever posted on his channel. I don't know.
yeah, but it's just like he didn't want to be known as the guy who like complains about games because that was sort of what sequelitis was making him out to be. He should have done a sequelitis about Sonic. That would have been like the funniest shit.
He, but isn't aren't the best episodes of Game Grumps just him screaming about games and how it's not fair?
Yeah,
I've never once thought he was a guy that complained about games. Did people think that when he made sequelitis? They're just reviews.
no,
But
people viewed it as just like, oh, he's just shitting on these games for no reason. He's just
he was giving
complaining.
actual like constructive criticism, talking about games
Yeah,
that aren't as good as that you remember.
yeah. The, the only there are like a couple Sonic games that are like Sonic Generation, Sonic Colors, Sonic Advance 2, and Sonic Battle. Those are like my favorite Sonic games. I don't like any of the others. I don't like any of the others
Sonic here.
because there's like this thing in like history where it's supposed to be like you can't judge people from the past based on our current morals. You're supposed to judge them based on the morals of that time period.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I feel like there should be like you should have like a mixture of that for games where just like look at it at the time it came out. It may have been revolutionary then, but now it's dog shit compared to what is capable of today's technology. Because you can't
It
tell
was
me,
amazing back then. Like you got to give credit where credit's due. You can't just say
yeah,
shit
yeah,
because it's not. It wasn't for now. It was for then.
yeah.
Back then, it was.
Because Ocarina of Time for the N64 when it first came out, it's amazing. But if you boot up an N64 and you put in Ocarina of Time, it's shit compared to the 3DS remake. The camera's shitty. Like the platforming's a bitch. It's uncomfortable to control at sometimes. The camera fucks you over like at any chance it has. But
That
like
was a
at
really
least
good
in the
segment in a sequelitis.
because it's true. Like I went through and like tried playing it on the N64 because like on 3DS it was one of my top games. I played it all the time. But on the N64, it's so difficult because the camera is always working against you. Also, the fact that in a Sonic game, there was literally like an NPC who said, like, man, if the camera goes crazy and you suddenly die or like lose control of your character, don't worry about it. It's just part of the game. I don't think. Okay, how can you not tell me that there's a problem when the creators of the game literally have to make an NPC to tell you, man, if our game like messes up, it glitches out, or like has
They do
massive
that a
problems.
lot. If there's a glitch that they can't figure out how to fix, they'll just make it so you can still play. Like like the egg hog thing. Sometimes the E is still stuck on the screen, so they just make it invisible because they can't for some reason take it out. They make it like transparent, so you can still see that it's there, but like you can see through it.
Also, the fact that a lot of times in Sonic games, like Sonic will randomly like glitch out, like phase through the floor, phase through anything. He'll suddenly get teleported somewhere else. Like that shouldn't be acceptable
I
in a
used to love
company
that. I used to
who
always teleport on top of the map. I used to love that. They're like, whoa, because I was a little kid, I thought it was a part of the game. I'm like, oh my god, this is really a cool new area that I just got. I started mashing the button, so I guess I did it on purpose. It's great. I'd always
but
land in
man,
like cool spots, so I didn't see it as a problem.
but people defend Sonic way too much.
They should.
It's not like Sonic was a completely shit franchise. Sure, they had some good games, but people defend him way too much. And I know he gets shit on a lot, but a lot of it is deserved. Because you can't tell me, like in the modern Sonic day, where like one of the best games ever come out of the series is literally just a callback to the old games. Because Sonic does not do good in 3D. I do not care who you are. I do not care what you say. Sonic does not do good in 3D. It, he
It's about the
wasn't meant for that.
for me. It's about because the 2D games are boring as fuck for me. They're so it's ugly. I mean, some parts of it
No,
look niche and cool, but like most
no,
it's like some
I disagree with you there. The art for the 2D games are actually very good.
from
I
my
disagree with you
personal
on that.
opinion. I think sometimes it's good, but most of the times it looks like somebody just threw up pixels. Okay, there's too much going on. Too much going on. And it's just boring.
3D games are any better at that than the 2D games. Because if you like look through the videos of like Sonic Adventure 2, like in the temples and shit, or like whatever, like most of the time you have no idea what's going on because either the camera will freak out or there's too much stuff on screen
I
for
don't
your
see
brain
why
to.
they don't just hire someone who's good at storytelling and then have them write a story. Also, there's like their game company. Can't they just do that? Like, just make it like Skyrim. Like, I'm perfectly
Ew.
fine. No, no, no. Hear me out. Hear me out. Imagine this: an open world Sonic game where it's all the
Somebody,
characters from the
a
previous
fan is
installment.
developing that.
What?
Yeah, a fan is developing that like by himself. Like he's making an open world Sonic game.
Yeah, I saw the demo. I'm not into it. I mean, like, nix most of the big loop-de-loops. Like, have that there only as like specific places. Like he moves fast. Like so. Yeah, just like all the popular ones that everyone remembers, all those characters, quests that actually have to do with the story, and when he moves fast, it actually helps rather than just like, oh, he's quick, then he got stopped by a random rock. Okay, then he's quick again, then he has to jump, then he's quick again, then he gets hit. Like, I mean, like when he's like, think of it like the Flash type speed, like he'll fight like that. I think that'd be a really cool idea.
Sonic games that have that issue. When the main focus of the Sonic games is, oh, Sonic is fast, but guess what? We're gonna put all this constant stuff to impede your progress, and most of the time you can't go over it or you can't deal with it unless you specifically played this game like a bunch of times to the point where you memorized exactly what's gonna happen. I don't think that's fun.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm
Or
saying. That's what I'm saying. You nixed the speed and you nixed all the obstacles. You still make them fast at some parts, just not like to the point where it's annoying.
yeah, because in the Sonic games, he'll either go blindingly fast, he'll go too slow for you because of the obstacles, or he goes blindingly fast on the obstacles, which end up getting you killed.
I don't think the road is a good idea. You know, when it's just a long stretch of track. I always thought that was terrible, especially in 3D. Like,
I feel like that's bad in most games where it's just like a long road where there's like nothing there, no enemies, nothing to fight, just like empty road. I just feel like that's
Fast
bad.
is it
That's,
that?
I think that's just a way to like span out the amount of time in a level. I feel like that's not a good idea.
Yeah, I think you should just. I like them because I like them as a set piece. Like it could be a nice background. Like it could be like the ancient cog track of the Zoraclon, and like it could be a part of the lore. Like I'm imagining
Yeah,
Sonic built like
if they
Skyrim.
if they do it correctly, then yeah, it can be amazing. But most of the time, the way that some games do it is just like this was just here to span out the time of the game.
Well, they just need to hire talent. I don't see why they don't just do that.
I feel like Sega does it on purpose, just for the memes, to be just like, because they know people will buy a Sonic game no matter what. It doesn't matter how bad or shitty it is, because they know people will buy it
Yeah,
just because it has
the
Sonic's
diminishing
name on it.
returns. Like eventually, less and less people are buying Sonic shit, and eventually, it's just gonna that well is gonna dry up.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a long time before they're like forced to be like, okay, shit, nobody's into Sonic anymore. We gotta do something new and creative.
Fuck, we gotta think. Damn it! It would have
Let's
been.
let's make Sonic into a werewolf, but we call it a werehog. Let's give Sonic a sword. Let's give Sonic a hot genie friend. Oh, oh.
And call it a werehog. I mean, yeah, I mean, I just think, like, I feel like Sonic,
I feel like
I
it's
think the
specifically
franchise would have died this year had they
great
not released that movie.
because I mean, Sonic Mania, like one of the best received Sonic games in history, was like one of the entire reasons that Sega didn't go bankrupt that very year. And guess what? It was a project developed by Sonic fans for Sega.
Like I say, it's just old Sonic is boring. Sonic has never been a good game for me. For my like, it's never the most fun I've
Because
ever had.
even in
It's
the first
glitches in
Sonic
a
game,
funny way. It's never they've never had good or particularly interesting games. It's always been kind of meh in my experience.
like, even in the first Sonic game, where the entire purpose was just like you go really fast in this game, and unlike most games of this time period, uh, going fast is a good thing. But even then, in the first Sonic game, there are a lot of platforms which immediately impede your speed. Green Hill's Net is like one of the first levels. It's the first level of the game, right?
Mhm.
And that's the only levels where it doesn't matter how fast you go, you rarely get stopped. And even then, if you do get stopped, there's immediately something to speed you back up to where you once were.
Sonic might work better if it was more like Temple Run, now that I think about it.
Yeah, they have games like that. It's called Sonic Dash. You can play it for like half an hour before you're just like, okay, this is boring. I'm uninstalling.
Does it ever get faster and faster, footer faster? Go,
No,
go,
you
go,
stay at
go,
the
go,
same
go,
speed
go,
the
go.
entire time.
Gotta go fast.
You just like you just like
Song,
move
gotta go
out the way.
fast.
You just
Song,
move
gotta go
out of the
faster,
way.
faster.
You
Very,
just
very
move
fast.
out of the way. Enough of your sass for today.
Um, we gotta do like 7 more minutes so we can have for our initial plan to work.
Yeah, so fucking the entire point of the game is just like move side to side to like not get hit while you're running. That's it.
But
You jump, occasionally duck. You play a stupid mini game where they have you be like okay, swipe up, swipe down, and even if you do it like perfectly frame by frame, it's like completely random the amount of rings that you get because you can do it perfectly like frame by frame, and you still only get like 10 coins. But just like if you do it shittily, it's just like okay, I'm just waiting last second for it. You get like 100 rings, but the game is telling you okay, you should do it in motion with the hand. But like no, it doesn't work like that. And even then, if you do it like you did last time, where you got like 100 rings, okay, I did it exactly like I did last time. 10 rings. It's like completely random and it sucks because it's annoying.
If they just made good games, people would buy it more.
Yeah, like Mario. Mario makes good games. Mario Galaxy, Mario Sunshine, Super Mario. Even now, Super Mario 64 holds up pretty well as a game. Like graphics wise, it's not as good as it could be, but like gameplay wise, it still does amazing.
No, I feel the opposite. I like Mario Party. I feel everyone does. But I like the original Mario, the 2D better than the 3D one.
Yeah, 2D Mario's always do better than 3D Mario games.
They were fun. The 3D ones, they're cool, I guess. Um,
I feel like the 2D ones are more popular because not only because of nostalgia, but because it's a lot more fun, like playing with multiple people. So it's a lot easier to like mess with people. Like for example, let's say you and me are like playing Mario. Like I'm Toad, he's like the fastest character, and you're like whoever you want to be. Peach, say Peach. I can just like screw with you by like making it so like oh you wanted that power up because I'm Toad, I'm like crazy fast. I can like get there before you and just take it before you get the chance. Oh you're about to try and jump that gap. I'm just gonna land on your head, or I'm just gonna grab you and toss you in before you before you get the chance.
I've never played Mario with other people. I've always played it alone, single player.
Playing playing Mario with other people is so much fun.
Well,
So much.
I can only take your word for it.
Playing Sonic with multiple people sucks ass because if you're not Sonic, then you're screwed. Because none of the characters are fast. Like for example, Sonic 2, you only play as Tails in like the special zone stages where you need to collect rings and the boss fights because Tails can't die. Tails was like the little sibling character where it's just like, here you go, here's a control. You don't get to play until I actually tell you what to do. And even then, all you have to do is just jump on top of Robotnik. Just keep on pressing this one button and you'll kill him very quickly.
I think
Because
would it be
Tails
faster to
cannot
just
keep up
do
with Sonic in that
Sonic?
game. Huh?
Wouldn't it be faster to just do it with Sonic rather than just sitting in a corner?
Uh, it's safer to do it with Tails. Doing it with Sonic is kind of annoying, and Tails doesn't doesn't have he has very little knockback. So like Sonic will go flying and you'll lose like all your rings. Like eventually you'll get down to like one ring. You lose that, you're dead. But Tails, you can just quickly have Tails like spam it because the Tails hitbox is like completely non-existent. So essentially you can just like quickly eat Robotnik's ass and then just go on to the next stage where you just blaze through with Sonic, go to the boss fight, have Tails whip his ass while like you're gonna get some hits in. It's just like more dangerous if you do it Sonic only.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I think that does it for this podcast.
Now we still got like 2 minutes ish.
I want
A minute and 45
to
seconds. You can go to sleep after the podcast is done, my dude.
anyway. Thanks for
What's your
watching.
favorite sexual position?
What?
Your favorite sexual position? Your favorite position to do intercourse in?
I'm not a very sexual person. Spooning is nice. I like hugs.
That's not sex. Are you the big spoon or the little spoon? I'm assuming you're the little spoon.
Either one. Either one.
Knew it. He's a little spoon.
Either one, dude.
He's a little spoon.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, your girlfriend had a strap on while you were spooning. That's hilarious. You by a woman.
No, they'll like hold you by like neck hug, but like while on back. It's hard to explain. Like she's on your back and she's holding on to you, but she's
I don't
her
like.
arms wrapped
I
around your neck.
don't like somebody behind me. It makes me feel uncomfortable because it's just like, they could attack me at any second. I don't like that.
It's only certain people. Like if it's like somebody I just bad mouthed or like I just don't like their face, then I'm
So
suspicious.
like, let's say we were at like the mall or something, and then you like cuss me out, and you can tell I'm visibly angry, and then you turn around, and then you suddenly feel my big strong hands wrap around your neck. You're gonna freak out. This is the end of the podcast. Goodbye, guys. I really hope you.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that little bell, and have a nice day.
And if you're falling asleep to this,
I'm gonna turn that down just because you yelled.
no, raise it all the way up in editing. But yeah, if you're masturbating to this, you're welcome.
If you're masturbating this, eee!
Okay, now you can end it.
Anyway, yeah.
You can end it now.
Have a nice
Yeah. And I swear to God, if it goes over a minute and 50 seconds, I'm kicking your ass. I swear to God, I'm dancing while I'm doing this. I don't have the energy. Just end it already. God. Ow, I hit my shit. I hit my toe against like the middle part of my bed. Ow.
It's like a Deadpool video game. Shit. Keep going. I didn't tell you to stop.
I hit my pinky. Ow.
Dang that hurt.
Scratch my nuts for a minute. Yeah, let me unzip my pants.
Get it real close. I want them to hear. Real dominance. Ew. It's disturbing, man. Kids watch our stuff, man. Children. It's one of the because always at least 10 people watch the episode. If you're one of those at least 10 people, can you leave a like? God.
Remember when you were making out with your first girlfriend, and you came right as she touched your leg? It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at super speed so it'd seem like you nutted at just a woman's touch!